The National Olympic Committee of Kenya President Paul Tergat has urged African sports journalists to tell positive and inspiring stories in sports while also keeping sports administrators on check. The five-time cross-country world champion was speaking on the last day of the Association for International Sports Press, AIPS Africa, in Nairobi. Meanwhile, SJAC President Chris Mbaisi was elected AIPS Africa Vice President at the end of the Congress.
A three-day Association for International Sports Press Congress are happening and coming to an end in Nairobi today. A Congress that brought together representatives from 27 African countries. Taking center stage was the challenges facing sports journalists in Africa while charting a way forward.
And then technology. We have had the downside of technology. Technology has been good, but technology has its downside. So everybody thinks it's a sports journalist because they can send one or two stories on their gadgets.
Hosted by the Sports Journalists Association of Kenya, the AIPS Africa Congress brought together sports journalists across the continent. AIPS Africa President Michelle Obi terming the gathering a success. AIPS Worldwide President Gianni Mello expressing satisfaction in the Congress while hoping that the gathering signals a new dawn in Africa sports reporting.
Because I think that Africa has a big potential of increase its level, increase its culture. We have to make some investment to make Africa better.
With 27 African countries represented, AIPS Africa held its elections with the Sports Journalists Association of Kenya President Chris Mbaisi getting elected as the Vice President.
It's time for Africa to wake up and just focus on the things we are supposed to focus. We have a lot of goodwill if we do the right thing.
Mbaisi hopes to fight for equal opportunities for women sports journalists, one of the issues raised during the Congress in Nairobi. Ethiopia's Hannah Gebreselassie puts the challenges into perspective.
When you're becoming a woman sports journalist, the first this discrimination and insults came from the men, your friends, your colleagues, so that's the first thing you need to resist.
While addressing a sports journalist at the Congress, the National Olympic Committee of Kenya President Paul Tergat called for positive African stories.
My successful stories in life, I've had also a lot of disappointments, but it was covered. My joys in the sport, it was covered. And this is what I want to say, that it is very important to bring the whole of you when you engage with the media, especially for the sports.
AIPS Africa's long-term goal is to improve quality of reporting across the continent. Lynn Washira, KTN News.
Well, congratulations for Chris Mbaisi for being elected the Vice President of AIPS. Now we move to